As a church leader, your time and resources are limited. It's difficult to find discipleship and Bible study materials that are affordable, easily accessible, and high quality. But there is a way to equip the people in your church every day of the week without losing sleep. Welcome to Right Now Media, the world's largest library of video-driven Bible study resources, used by more than 20,000 churches, schools, and organizations. With a Right Now Media subscription, everyone in your church can access thousands of biblical resources for kids, couples, small groups, and more. Give your members access to great content, anytime, anywhere, on any device.
And God specifically says, the way you think, that's not the same way I think.
Equip and inspire everyone in your church beyond Sunday.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me right here in Solomon's Temple. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wherever you're watching from, I want to say welcome. My name is Solomon Izang Ashams. They call me Uncle Solomon. Great to be with you. Thank you so much for always checking out the videos that we put out here. And if you're here for the first time, well, welcome to you also. Please check out all our archives, all the videos that we've produce over time on different issues, explosive issues, educative issues, spiritual issues, that I feel would edify you. So please check it out and make sure you also subscribe to the YouTube channel. That is Solomon's Temple, all the way from Malaysia. Renai, thank you so much for being here. You've always been faithful, always checking out the videos. Christine in Kenya, it's been a while. What happened to you? Are you busy campaigning for Ruto, or are you campaigning for, the other candidate, or you running for office there in Kenya? From Tanzania, we have Elia. So yeah, we have quite a couple of people from the Horn of Africa. Thank you guys for joining me. Some news that I want to put out there about an abandoned baby. For me, this story is sort of like great. It's not great to abandon the child, isn't it? If we understand how precious children are before God, then we would understand God as a father. How do you treat somebody who is defenseless, cannot help themselves? They are vulnerable. They cannot just do anything for themselves. How do you treat such people? People that don't have what it takes to take care of themselves. How do you treat them? Because God is very interested in that. That's why He's interested in children. Because He knows that children cannot do anything for themselves. They cannot feed themselves. They cannot clothe themselves. They cannot just do nothing for themselves. And then you have babies who are just a month old, 2 months old. And that's the case of this story that I'm sharing with you. A baby who was abandoned by the mother, and she went to a church and dropped the baby there. It's not because the church adopts babies, but just because she felt it's a church. Guys, do you see the intense expectation that is upon the church? If somebody would they didn't take this baby and abandon the baby outside a nightclub, outside a stadium, or outside a government office. No. It's outside the church. Right? And that's what they did. And it says a lot about how people see the church. So here's a story out there in Nigeria of this baby right here, as you can see. So this is the baby. This baby girl, it's actually a baby girl, was dropped today. That is the 19th of July, 2022, in front of my church. This was written by the pastor there, Cyril Antai. He said, with a written note that I should call her God gift and take care of her. So the mother dropped the baby in front of a church he pastors and left a written note, say, please name the baby, call her God's gift. Whatever name you give her, please let it be God's gift in the local language or whatever, and take care of her. So he said, I had to take her to the police station first. That is important. It's always important to take her to the police station, and made an entry. By tomorrow, we will be concluding on everything and the baby will become mine. It was such an hectic evening for me. I've gotten baby food already for the baby. A word of prayer for me. So, as you can see, this was the first day he got the baby. So the next day, he went back to the police and they gave him the baby. You see, the thing is, in Nigeria, it's easy to adopt a child. It's easy once you are trusted. So because there's still that sense of community. You know, when you look after other people's kids that you're not even related to, you know, in South Africa it takes a lot of process. You have to wait for maybe a year. And I understand that because there's a lot of people who are involved in, like, you know, child trafficking and all that kind of stuff. So you don't want to endanger the baby. But in some part of Africa where there is still that level of trust, you know, and there's still that level of community where they know you can take care of others. So this is them here outside the police station. As you can see, those are the colors of the police there. The day that they took the baby there outside the police station. This is him here and the baby. You could see the baby is still very, very young. And this is him here with the baby. And this baby, he now named the baby Increase, so that she would increase in so many ways in all her life. How many people can do that? You know, I don't know this person, and I don't know if he's actually telling us the truth or he staged it just so he can be in the news like this, just so he could be talked about, or just so people would say, wow, this man of God is really out there for God. But one thing is, these realities do happen every day in our communities where mothers abandon their child. Matter of fact, here in Johannesburg, I think around Hillbrow, a place here in Johannesburg, there's an orphanage that accepts babies. So what they did is, through the wall of the orphanage, they created an opening where they put on like a basket where, if you don't want your child, don't go and throw away the child. Even if you are pregnant, don't abort the child. Once you get the baby, the baby is born, you can take it to the orphanage. Even if you don't want people to see you, you can go in the night and just put the baby through the wall into the basket, and they would pick the baby. They make it simple for you, and also they made it confidential. Because there are women that are that way. They just want to, they would go put the baby in a rubbish bin. They will go keep the baby in the toilet and all that kind of thing. So we have to be aware of that, and we have to follow through. God has called us to take care of people who are powerless. Again, I don't know if, you know, pastors, some charlatans these days, you cannot even trust what is true or not what is true. Maybe this baby actually, he knows the baby, or maybe he staged this whole thing and faked it just so he would be in the news and all that kind of thing. But whatever his reasons are, you know, fact is, these things happen, and we have to be aware of it, and we have to step in where we are needed. The Bible is very clear in Matthew 18, verse 5. He says, anyone who welcomes a little child like this on my behalf is welcoming me. When you welcome a little child, adopt them to stay with you, for you to mentor them, to grow them, to support them. When you welcome a little child by saying, I'm going to support you with your school fees, I'm going to support you with your clothing, I'm going to give to an orphanage, I'm going to help somebody, some kids that I don't know. You're welcoming Jesus. You're doing that unto Jesus. So we must be aware of that, people. And we must look for any opportunities and do what we can. Whatever we can do, we do. Isn't it? And churches should step in to do this because there's tithes and offerings that goes to church. So you're not going to say you do not have resources. Instead of building big buildings and buying big stuff, invest. Matter of fact, orphanages are Christian ideas. Orphanages where orphans are kept. This is an idea that came from the church. But how many churches today, outside of like the traditional ones, like the Methodists, the Baptists, the Presbyterians, and all that, how many churches run orphanages? Instead of building orphanage, that's what churches used to do. Immediately they start going, they look for a problem in the society and community and be a part of it. But here, no, we want to build a big church building just so they know we have arrived. We spend tons of money buying a big plot of land, and we spend so much money now building. The money that people give for tithes and offerings, that's what they should go for. The world is looking for good people, caring people. And the church is supposed to answer that. The church is supposed to be the answer. We're supposed to be the feet of Jesus, the voice of Jesus, and the hands of Jesus. God bless you. I'll see you again soon.